Ranking the NBA's #1 options, Nikola Jokić, Luka Dončić, and the league's best leading men. Pat 2. 3. Giannis Antetokounmpo, Milwaukee Bucks. Underestimate Antetokounmpo at your peril. Over the past 2 seasons, the Bucks have cycled through 4 coaches and lost twice in the first round of the playoffs. Last season, they failed to win 50 games, or its equivalent, for the first time since 2018, when the Greek Freak was a neophyte. His supporting cast members have aged into their mid-30s, and Milwaukee has few other resources to upgrade its roster. Yet Antetokounmpo still finished 3rd in MVP voting in 2023 and 4th last season. Before that, he was an NBA champion and a 2-time MVP. By any measure, he is no worse than the world's 3rd best player. And by actual measure, he is 7 feet, 3 inches of striated wingspan, careening through traffic like a lotus, scoring 350 more points at the rim than anyone else last season. He is a nightmare in transition, so much so that entire lineups are rushing back, building walls at the free throw line and trying to slow him down. Sure, Antetokounmpo is number 3-point shooter in an era when they are more vital than ever, but as he said, I cannot have everything in life. I cannot make threes, too. God had to keep me humble. He is nothing if not everything else, normalizing the notion that one man could lead a contender in every statistical category. 4. Jason Tatum, Boston Celtics. If you did not have Jokić, Dončić, and Antetokounmpo in some order as your top 3, you have not been watching basketball. This is where things get interesting. There should be no unanimous top 4. You could easily make the argument here for any number of players, including gilgeous-alexander, Anthony Edwards, Stephen Curry, Joel Embiid, Jalen Brunson, or Kevin Durant. But in my opinion, they are either too young, too little, too injury-prone, or too old to usurp Tatum, for he is none of those things. Tatum was the best player on a team that won 7 more games than any other team last season and cruised to the championship. He sacrificed statistics on a stacked roster and still averaged 27-8-5 on the highest efficiency of a career that has landed him on the All-NBA first team for 3 years in a row. Much will be made of Tatum's inefficiencies in the finals and absences from the Olympics, but 2 things have been inarguable for years. The Celtics are incredible when he is on the floor, and he is almost always available. Those 2 consistencies helped Boston finish plus 755 with Tatum in a regular season or playoff lineup, the best plus-minus of anyone in the league. Credit his teammates for that proficiency, but that would be ignoring the very real probability that Tatum is the most well-rounded basketball player alive. 5. Gilgeous-Alexander, Oklahoma City Thunder. Curry's Golden State Warriors failed to make the playoffs for the 2nd time in 4 years, and Edwards won 56 games on a Minnesota Timberwolves team that boasted 2 other recent All-NBA talents in their prime. But Gilgeous-Alexander won the West's #1 seed without a single other All-Star in the rotation last season, and his Thunder gave the Mavericks more of a series than any other team in the conference. Gilgeous-Alexander led the league in drives and steals last season, establishing himself as one of the most dangerous points of attack on either end of the floor. The slender 6'6" point guard repeatedly knifes into the lane, where he can finish over, under, around, or through anybody. He uses the same instincts and footwork to succeed defensively. The ball finds Gilgeous-Alexander, and he finds the net. We should not have to explain further why the player who finished 2nd in last season's MVP race deserves to be on this list, but here goes. While other teams searched for more stars this summer, the Thunder hunted for high-level role players because they felt comfortable with who they have atop the bill. They do not wonder if Gilgeous-Alexander will be healthy, productive, and engaged. They expect it. The consistency with which Gilgeous-Alexander surgically slayed opponents last season may have been most impressive. His 30.1 points, 6.2 assists, and 5.5 rebounds per game were not just averages, they were standards he met more often than not. And he is 26 years old. There is a chance he returns even better. Of course, 20-year-old San Antonio Spurs phenom Victor Wembanyama is coming. I seriously considered listing him here in his 2nd season. He is already the league's best defensive player, and equal offensive domination is within the realm of possibility. Then, I remembered a 40-win campaign would be a victory for Wembanyama, while Gilgeous-Alexander could flirt with 60 wins as the lone star on a title favorite. Honorable mentions. 6. Stephen Curry, Golden State Warriors. 7. Victor Wembanyama, San Antonio Spurs. 8. Anthony Edwards, Minnesota Timberwolves. 9. Joel Embiid, Philadelphia 76ers. 10. Kevin Durant, Phoenix Suns. 11. Jalen Brunson, New York Knicks. 12. LeBron James, Los Angeles Lakers. 13. Ja Morant, Memphis Grizzlies. The rest. 14. Donovan Mitchell, Cleveland Cavaliers, 15. Jimmy Butler, Miami Heat, 16. Zion Williamson, New Orleans Pelicans, 17. Kawhi Leonard, Los Angeles Clippers, 18. Tyrese Halliburton, Indiana Pacers, 19. Paolo Banchero, Orlando Magic, 20. De'Aaron Fox, Sacramento Kings, 21. Trae Young, Atlanta Hawks, 22. Lauri Markkanen, Utah Jazz, 23. Scotty Barnes, Toronto Raptors, 24. Cade Cunningham, Detroit Pistons, 25. LaMelo Ball, Charlotte Hornets, 26. Zach LaVine, Chicago Bulls, 27. Anthony Simons, Portland Trail Blazers, 28. Jalen Green, Houston Rockets, 29. Kyle Kuzma, Washington Wizards, 30. Cam Thomas, Brooklyn Nets.